Greetings.
Hi, water signs.
Hello.
I'm Franco,
I'm Myrna.
and we're doing your readings for December 2015. This month we've changed things a little bit. We're focusing on the elements. So if you're a water sign, this is the video for you, and that includes Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces.
Mm-hmm.
And the table is not burning; it's just a little bit of sage. All right, so we're just gonna do a general reading for the water signs, and then we're gonna go a little bit deeper into each sign, just to give you some more information. So let's get into it. So water signs, it seems like this month of December might be a little bit confusing for you. I'm seeing the Eight of Swords showing up for you, which is a card of maybe stagnation, being held back. You might be feeling a little bit claustrophobic. Maybe things aren't moving on as well as you'd like. And you feel like you can't see what your next step is, what's going to happen, next month, or what even you can't figure out what it is that you want for next year. Maybe you can't come up with any resolutions, and that's part of what's going to happen during the early stages of this month for you. But there is a change happening, and there's always the magic in you, the alchemy in you. The alchemist is showing up. Reminding you that you have the answers, you have the resources, you have the power of coming up with the perfect concoction to find your way through this month. So this is asking you to go back to what you know, to go back to your roots, to go back to your creative aspect of things, and that's going to show you the way forward for next year. So don't be disappointed, don't feel don't be stressed out because you don't know, what your next move is going to be. Just let things flow. That's going to shift, halfway through the month.
I'm getting a few other different influences that harmonize with those that Franco discussed. One is resoluteness, and so this indicates that this tail end of the year, end of the year, it's a time to really be resolute about whatever decisions that you've made, whatever junctures that you've come to in this part of the year, and so don't drag anything on. It feels like there's something within you that you've already sort of made a decision about, and you've already analyze it, calculate it, contemplate it. Don't go any further into that type of mentality. You're really already where you need to be. Now it's just sticking to your guns and doing what you need to do with a very unwavered focus in that regard. The resoluteness card, when it comes up, it also discusses the importance of being resolute because it's a test of character. So whenever you're being ambivalent about something, your character also becomes very ambivalent, and it's very hard for not only for the energy in your life to move you forward, but it's also hard for the people around you to get a gist of what you're doing and where you're going and how they can support you, because if you're with one foot in and one foot out, it's very difficult for you to have any kind of real progress in your life. But above all of that, it's really a test of your own character. So
there's a need for you to be determined during this month, water signs, to make up your mind, which is where the alchemist comes up, to really decide for yourself what it is that you want to do and not wait for others to show you the way.
Absolutely.
So that's where you feel like you're locked up, like you can't move forward because you're waiting for others to give you an insight, to show you what it is that I have to do, when in reality it is you that has to make the decision, and not wait for somebody else to show you what it is that you have to do.
Definitely.
So if you don't feel like celebrating the holidays with your family, then just make a decision about it and follow through on it. Don't wait until somebody calls or somebody doesn't call, or if
Mm-hmm.
oh well, I don't know, that ambivalence, you need to cut it out of your life during this month so that you can move forward with what's and get on with the program.
Yeah. The other thing I'm seeing is that December is a very sort of um, the fire is turning up in terms of your influence. So it's a really beautiful time for magnetism. So this is the influence card, and it's about stimulation. It's about attraction, affection, even courtship. So if you're not in a partnership and you're dating and you want to be in a partnership, it's a really good time to attract a really wonderful partner. Because you're in that really good space where all of your juices are flowing and your most sexy self kind of comes out, that confidence edge in you comes out, that attracts the kind of person who is in that same place of confidence in their life, and that's generally what we want.
Looks like December is going to be a very romantic month for a lot of people, because that's what we're getting. We're getting a lot of romance during this month, and that's also going back to that determination, that resoluteness. That's one thing that's one of the reasons why you have to be focused about what you want, because if you're wishy-washy about things, then people feel that. Even if you don't think that you're showing it, people get that energy very quickly. So if you're, kind of with half of yourself in and half of yourself out in a relationship, your partner is going to notice that. And they're not going to put the effort into a relationship where they feel that you're not putting any effort into. So you have to either, get in or get out. You can't be like halfway between, that path.
Yeah, absolutely. And stay very connected to your fire energy, because it's what's going to propel you in a good way.
That's what's going to create steam.
That's God's, exactly. The last card that I got for the general reading for the water signs is the dimming, that's not even a word. The darkening of the light energy card. So the darkening of the light talks about this for me feels that it's having to do more with the tail end of December. So perhaps the last 2 weeks is going to be a time for you to kind of maintain a lower profile, not be as gregarious, even if you do decide to go to social events or family gatherings for the holidays. You might feel a little bit not as wanting to be in it as much, because there's something about you that's going to feel a little bit wanting to be guarded in this tail end of the month. So respect that.
Yeah, and what I'm seeing here is that there's people coming to you during this month. The Three of Wands is showing up for all the water signs, and it's a card that has a lot of water in it. But it's also bringing things to you. So either people from your past who are coming back during this month, or gifts that you will be receiving from people unexpectedly. Some of them may be a little bit expected, but for the most part, these are gifts from the unknown that are going to be showing up for you. So that's something good. Some good surprises coming up for you, water signs, for the month of December 2015.
Absolutely, that's really wonderful.
So now let's go a little bit into each sign.
Yes.
And let's go into Cancer first.
Yes. So I already did my spread for those 3 signs, and I'll go right into it. So Cancer, I'm seeing that for you specifically in December, the theme is going to focus pretty heavily on your ability to decrease, to be a bit frugal. It looks like perhaps in this year you've spent a lot on different things, either travel or gifts for others, or on your bills, whatever it may be. Your pocketbook, your wallet has been open a lot of different times this year. So your bank account is suffering a bit. So this is a time, this is the decrease card. This is a time to not only cut back on your finances, but also on your engagement. with just the world. So it's a time to be quiet and
what I'm getting
Decline.
here is the Princess of Swords, and relating to that is the Princess of Swords is a card of beginnings, emotional beginnings, and it is asking you to find a new way in which you relate to money in your life, especially in the way that you relate to gifts in your life. So those Cancerians, I'm a Cancer, so I know that we like to share a lot of ourselves with others. We're always mindful of, having the things that we know that others like, in our house, especially if it's people that we care for. And so instead of gifting material things during this holiday, maybe the gift of time is the most important thing that you can do for a lot of people around you. Put some effort into it. Help them out during this month, and start seeing money from a different perspective. Understand that it is part of your energy. That money is just a manifestation of energy. It's really just an IOU for the work that you've already done. So instead of giving them the IOU for the work that you've done, give them the work to begin with, because that's what you're being paid for. You're being paid for time at all times. So give them the time instead. And it's just as good as giving them the money or giving them the gift that you buy with your time. And so that's a little paradigm shift that us Cancerians,
Right.
will have to go through during this month, and understanding what it is that we're really giving when we give to someone else.
It's a really great shift of perspective.
Next for Scorpio, I'm seeing the Prince of Wands here showing up for you. This is a very lively card, a card of movement. Of all the knights in the tarot, this is the one that's moving forward, and it's very trusting. So Scorpios, the month of December for you is going to be a month of moving forward, of going forth, with certainty. So perhaps resources for you are going to be a little bit more fruitful. You're going to have more abundance during this month for you. You're going to be able to go to places that you've been wanting to. So take the trip, visit, that place that you wanted to visit. Buy that thing that you've been waiting, years to buy. Now is the time to move on, with the next step. So this is the beginning of big movement for you. Perhaps, getting married, or, proposing, or getting ready to buy a house or a car. But the seedlings of big movement are going to be happening for you during this month.
Yes, I've gotten the same insight with the pushing upward card. The pushing upward card so many lovely confirmations.
Love that.
Is all about just that. It's about steady progress. It's about gaining confidence, and such a wonderful way for Scorpios to imbue this energy for December, which is the end of the year, is to go into a new year with this body of energy, of confidence, so you're also going to be receiving challenges that you're graciously going to be accepting, because they're challenges that you've been craving, that you want, that you need, that's going to help you advance, whether it's in your career, in your family life. Perhaps your partner is going to, I don't know, express something brand new to you that it's almost like, yes, I've been waiting for this up level in our relationship, and now my partner's ready, and so am I, and
it's like I can see that mushroom just breaking through the ground, and opening up beautifully for others. So that's really what the Scorpio energy is going to be like, and it's beautiful.
Beautiful, so wonderful, and so wonderful because you're ready for it. And when you're ready, there's nothing better than to receive challenges and growth than when you're ready for it. When you're forced into it because it's like, oh, come on, you got to get there, move it, do it. It's not always so fun. It's not at all.
So this should be a good month for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for Pisces, I'm meaning the Six of Cups here. And this is a very balanced card, and it's upright, which is great. So for Pisces, what I see is that there's going to be a deeper level of understanding with friends and family. This is what this card is about. It's about siblings. It's about connecting to people from your childhood, perhaps, grandparents, mentors, old teachers. Don't be surprised if, you go back home and you see people that you haven't seen in a while, because and new relationships start to grow from those connections, those connections, because that's what I'm seeing for Pisces during this month of December.
Nice. What I'm getting for Pisces is that December will be a month of creativity for you. Creativity where you're also being in alignment with your masculine energy. So when you're in your masculine essence, you're very you take charge of things. You're very focused. You're very forward with your endeavors and your actions, and you're also very authoritative. So that's really wonderful. So this is the creative card, surrounded by a lot of color and very strong, wonderful energy that's being imbued into you. There's also a lot of tenacity around that, a lot of dynamic energy that's stirring in you for December. So if you have any projects that you've been working on, December is a time to really kind of promulgate them in a way that brings them to greater fruition.
Yeah, and I'm sensing that those projects could really become very profitable for you if you are able to include the people from your past that could be helping you for that as well. So maybe it could be with your own family, it could be with friends, with old friends, it could be with your partner from a childhood friend. But I see that these connections these reconnections that are going to be happening are also going to be helping you to make all these projects come forth in a way that's successful for yourself.
Lovely. That's a very beautiful way to wrap up 2015.
It's a great way to start 2016 as well.
Yes, definitely. A really good way.
So this is your reading for all the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let us know your comments below, whether you like it or not. Let us know about this new setup. If you want us to continue doing it for next month. You can also find us on Facebook and through Gmail at intuittarot@gmail.com or through our website intuittarot.com.
We look forward to hearing from you. We have wonderful things coming up in 2016, different events and workshops, so stay tuned to that. And enjoy December. Have a fantastic, healthy, safe end of the year. And we'll see you next year. We'll see you in January.
Enjoy your holidays, have fun, and we'll see you next year.
Toodles.